Chick-fil-A has missed a big marketing opportunity. Basically, they had an employee fired after posting reviews about the meals that she eats at Chick-fil-A. Now, here's the thing, the reviews were actually very positive, right? So the videos were doing well. She was getting a lot of views. She was generally being positive about Chick-fil-A as a brand, and she was being very supportive of the brand. Well, apparently Chick-fil-A did not want to hear anything about it, and Chick-fil-A fired her because they said it violated their employee handbook, right? That should, I guess, somewhere in the employee handbook, you should not be posting about the company. But anyways, they fired her. And with the firing, of course, the consumers are outraged, her followers and the people who were following her to learn about Chick-fil-A and probably support Chick-fil-A, they, of course, were quite outraged about it. So, of course, this is now sparking the debate of, about their employer, that sort of debate. But here's the thing, here's the takeaway that I want small business owners to understand. What this has sparked and what this has demonstrated is that you can explore the option of what is called employee-led marketing. At the end of the day, they had an employee who was promoting their brand in a positive light, right? And she was getting the millions of views. So you found other marketers jumping on the stream saying, well, hang on, you're missing the opportunity here. Why didn't you take her and take her efforts? And if you found that, yes, she was in breach of the employee handbook, give her guidelines because she was getting the following. So the takeaway for you as a business owner is that if you are running a business and you have a small community, you have maybe a small team, look at how you can have your employees be part of your marketing. Explore that option a bit. It can be more organic than an influencer. This girl was getting millions of views on her own, guys, without even any sort of instruction, without any sort of corporate instruction. She was just getting her own followers because of, I guess, her personality and the way that she was doing it. So it was an organic thing that she was doing. So as a small business, if your employees have that capability and have that personality that could put your brand out there, it can be a better option for you, can be more organic than trying to go out there and pay for an influencer to do exactly what the employee could do for you, right? So the lesson that I want small business owners to take away is just as these big giants do, they see as they made a mistake, right? You can learn from their mistake by looking at your situation and seeing, well, how can I pick up the opportunity that they dropped on, right? As a corporate entity, they ran straight to their corporate handbook and dismissed her. And by the way, so since then, her post since then, it seems as though other businesses are courting her, I would say. She's been seen reviewing other fast food outlets. And she's been posting and telling her fan base that, talks are in the works. So some other names that, of course, I'm not familiar with, but I think Shake Shack and some other ones that she's been reviewing. So, and reviewing with a slant as though she's the partner. So they are like, guys, you missed this opportunity. You had this person who had a talent, her to your marketing department and let her, because she was a restaurant employee, by the way. She's a restaurant employee. So it's not like she was working in the corporate office. And clearly she has a talent. So guys, this is the Chick-fil-A hot topic. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? Throw out the handbook. The freaking handbook? Are you kidding me? From 1901? The rules. They're always guidelines, but you have to go back to those guidelines and adjust. Man, who was in marketing for that for Chick-fil-A? What were they doing? They didn't see the value. And sometimes, I'm a true believer in that. This is horrible. Okay, I can't say it. I don't know. The rules don't apply sometimes. It's just like one of those things where you have to adjust. It's how I navigate the world. They're guidelines. Meant to be. It's the Trini in me, but I know. I know that's why there's jail. But I get it. But it's sometimes you have to go back and look at those outdated guidelines, right? Outdated rules, and really look to see where the value is. And now they have a loss and somebody else has gained. So great hot topic.
Absolutely good hot topic. I like when you talk about, empowering employees. This is no different, say, from affiliate programs. You're just doing it in-house, right? So if you're unsure and you want to make sure that your brand is represented in a certain way, then empower them to do so. Give them assets to use, give them guidelines to follow, right? And make sure you're closing that loop to see how that's driving business as well. Because we've referred to that as your digital street team. That's your first digital street team, your employees, right? So not everybody in your company may want to be online. That's fine. But for those who are, and those who are very creative, definitely empower them to be creative, empower them to help you drive more revenue.
I saw this in my TikTok feed, and I thought I had several sales and recovery thoughts in this. She handled it with grace. The company came, they voiced their thoughts. Sad for her or for them that they were not willing to adjust the rules. They could have adjusted. They chose not to. But she'd be back. She'd honor what they said. That's the company rule. She honored. 3 days later, not even 3 days later, Shake It Shack came to the table. She was posting for them. And then more importantly, she did it on a Sunday when Chick-fil-A was closed. So right away, capitalized, somebody else recognized the talent at hand. And she did a LeBron and she took her talent elsewhere. And I appreciate what she did. So kudos to her. Lesson learned for small businesses. Rules are there for a reason, but they can also be adjusted to accommodate the changing landscape. So learn from this difficult lesson that a big brand is learning at this point. Learn from their mistakes.